Hello Twin Flames, this is Victoria and I'm here with your daily energy reading. We're gonna jump straight in. This is gonna be a classic read, so let's do that. Let's start with an oracle card. Happy 11/11 portal, by the way. Hope you enjoyed the reading that I recorded for you yesterday about the energies of the day. So this is just our conventional, let's see what's going on with the twins, and this is a timeless reading like any others that I do. So whenever you come across this title and you're guided to watch the video, it means there is a message here for you. And of course, remember, this is a collective reading. If you're interested in a personal one, I do those. You can book them either through my website or by sending me an email to info.mindful.bamboo@gmail.com. Right, so for the feminines, wow, very interesting. The bone collector card. We yesterday had that for the masculine, actually. This is about the energy of the ancestors. This is about working with your guides and getting a deeper understanding on why certain things come to you easy, why in certain area or certain activities you have, it seems like it's unsurmountable challenge and you keep trying everything you can and it just doesn't work out. So this is for you to be able to figure out what lies underneath. And by the way, that could be also around your physical health or fitness, for example. Could be about relationships, just about anything really. For the feminines, we see this, sorry, that was for the feminines. For the masculines, we see the spark, number 34. So we also have been seeing that for masculines for the last few days, last few readings, that there is some kind of inspiration to go for something new, right? But there is this spark, but it requires courage or faith, however you want to say it, to follow it, to go for it. And on the other hand, the timing is important, right? So yesterday, for example, we saw the Ride the Wave card, where it's about using that momentum, right? Not wasting time. Like the time is now, essentially, for turning this spark into something beautiful, into a work of art, like this beautiful violin play here. Okay, let's see what we have with tarot. And just as a reminder, this is kind of a public space, so I am in a room, but it's still possible that people may show up in the background, or you may hear sounds, noises, voices. So let's see. We have the World at the bottom of the deck, so the cycle is ending, and I feel like just heard the message like the world is not going to be the same anymore. And you can take that message however it resonates for you. I know how I take it and what it means for me, how it resonates. But it's something about bigger than your own reality. It's like there's something right now there's something that's happening in your community, in your country, or even globally, that's essentially closing some old cycles, so they aren't going to be repeating themselves. Which for the most part I'm hearing is good news. Knight of Swords. Yeah, so there's some kind of message that you will get through mass media, you know, TV, social media, could be anything really, or even your friend telling you over lunch, because maybe you miss those news, but they tell you and you're like, oh wow, so now I don't have to do, or I won't be doing right? And maybe in the moment you will be a little disappointed, but it's actually for the better in the long run. Feminines, your energy is Page of Pentacles clarified by 9 of Cups. Yeah, so you're dreaming big dreams, is what I'm hearing. There's a lot that you'd like to bring into your life, and it seems like you don't really have enough capacity for it, right? Like it's gonna take such a long time, it's gonna take so much work. And what I'm gonna tell you is that you are basically undermining your capacity to research. Look how big this pentacle is. Yes, there's just one, but it is very big, you know, and a lot of times it's about quality, not quantity. So it's about the quality of energy that you bring in. It's about the frequency and the vibration that you bring in. So actually your desires, your wishes are closer to fulfillment than you think. Masculines, 10 of Wands clarified by Ace of Wands. Again, this spark, we're seeing it here. And what is in front of it? This is the clarification, right? So this is like the background. There is that carrot on the stick, but there's a lot of tiredness and boredom, maybe boredom for some, and burden that's preventing from seeing, you know, they'd say you don't see forest from the, can tell forest from the trees, something like that. Right, like you can't see the opportunity right now, Divine Masculine, because you're focused on how to deal with the BS that's happening in your life, with some kind of challenge, some kind of crisis. But you know that after this crisis, deep down you know, after this crisis is over, there's going to be another one, and another one, and another one. So there's never going to be a good time to pursue this passion, this spark of inspiration. It's up to you to create that time. And you know, that's when our consciousness actually builds the message. So if we are saying to ourselves, I'm not ready yet, that it means you're not ready yet. If you're saying to yourself, okay, I'm definitely ready and I'm up for it, that means you're ready for it. Simple, right? Additional question for today, 4 of Wands clarified by 5 of Swords. So what is the truth that we don't know about twin flame union? What is the truth that will help us on the journey that we need to know? Oh my God, the death and the fool. That while you're taking the journey, you're changing yourself. So you aren't going to be, by the time you're in union, you're ready for it, you're going to be a different version of yourself than when you were starting off. And that's the point. So don't be trying to hang on to the way you were when you and your person was speaking to each other, or you know, you're afraid if you're going to move, or I don't know, change the way you look or relocate, then your person is not going to be interested, because that could be a deal breaker, you know, because you aren't going to be the same person that they fell in love with, right? I'm just giving you simple examples with the appearance and outer things, but of course it can be, it can just as easily be something that's changed about your character, personality, you know, the choices you make. But this is the truth you're supposed to know. That's exactly the opposite, right? And the changes that you're undertaking on the way, because this is about major arcana, so I needed to correct myself, right? It's divinely guided. And that's exactly the change you needed to be ready for union with your person. And if that person you're thinking about is not going to be there for it, maybe that's not your person. That's one of the ways to tell, so to speak. And then for masculines, the truth is Knight of Swords and 4 of Swords. We're just looking for the card, but I think it was in yesterday's reading that the masculines had this card, meaning that there had to be a conversation, right? So the conversation is actually going to bring peace. Right, like in order to find inner peace, there needs to be something spoken out. And it may not even be to a certain one person, by the way. It can be speaking your position, your truth, you know, into the open, into the community, so that people know what you really stand for, who you are, what's important to you, right? And it may seem for a moment controversial, like, you know, I may lose friends over that or something like that, but it's actually going to be freeing, and it's going to bring you the peace that you need to be able to hear the downloads, to be able to stay in alignment with your higher power and with your highest path. How are the feminine seeing the connection at this time? We see Ace of Swords, clarified by King of Cups. Yeah, that this connection is going to come together at its highest authenticity, at its highest vulnerability, when there are no forbidden topics, when there is no shame, when there is no need to play, to pretend, to create an image, you know, to be like, to be attracted or attractive to your person. And that's what the feminine is aiming for. They know deep down that that's what the masculine is working on as well. And look at that, another 4 swords for the masculine. So we already had this card over here. But this is how they see the feminine right now. So basically they see that the feminine is receiving a lot of downloads and there's a lot of internal process, right? This is a little different because this is a meditative pose. It's not like sleeping or resting per se, right? There's still inner work happening there. On the outside it looks very still, but on the inside a lot is happening. It was the energy, it was the soul, and it was the mind. And that's what the masculines know is happening with the DF, right? They're saying, yes, I know that even if it doesn't look like a lot is changing on the outside, then I know that my feminine is doing a lot on the inside. That there's a lot that's changing, that's in development, you know, things in motion here with 8 of Wands. So they know that things are changing, and it's, on the one hand, they understand again that this is part of natural way of things developing and growing, and you growing divine feminines, but they're also at a loss because they don't know whether on the other side of those changes there's going to be a place for them. So that's something that DMs are tackling at the moment. And that's, by the way, part of the burden that they're living with, that they need to let go of. It doesn't mean that they will know the answers, or, you know, DMs, you will know the answers. It means that's precisely what that faith, what that stepping into the unknown is. When you don't have the answers, but you're trusting the process. And I know it's easier said than done, but that's what's being asked of you right now. That's something to work on. Okay, I'm gonna leave it here, especially because we're starting to hear more voices. So thank you very much, guys, for joining me today. I love you all. I appreciate all your likes and subscribes and shares and comments. And until next time,